Hi, if you're here, let me know you're here. I am going to get everything ready. All right, if you're here, let me know you're here. I'm just taking a minute here to get all set up. Hi, Donna. Hi, Diana. Hi, Brenda. Welcome. I feel like I'm a little dark in the camera. Can you see me okay? Hi, Penny. Hi, Ollie. Welcome, Nancy. Hello, hello. It's been a couple weeks since I've gone live. I've been really busy with some summertime fun. So, hi, Carla. Welcome, welcome. So, if you can see me okay, let me know. When I look into the camera, it doesn't look like the lighting's so great, but let me know if I'm in the frame. It's always so hard to get making sure you're the light, and turn this light a little bit this way. All right. Am I on the frame? Can you see the crafting table okay? Okay, thank you, Allie. All right, I just got my coffee. I got to take a sip. It's been busy. Okay, good. Thank you, Carla. Thank you. Oh, there's nothing like that first sip of a nice fresh pot. Oh my gosh, so good. So good. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Hi, Janet. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry to go MIA on you these last 2 Thursdays, but it's been a busy summer. I spent a week in Oklahoma with some family, and then we had our annual high school girls houseboat trip on my friend's houseboat. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of lake time fun. So I'm back, and it's time to get back in the studio and get back to work, because I feel like I'm behind with my holiday designs, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I just did my first Halloween one, or actually my second one, for my tutorial this Sunday. Hi, Debbie. Yes, I was MIA. I wasn't ignoring you all, I promise. When I was on the houseboat, we literally had no reception from Thursday until we got back. So I had to schedule a lot of my content. And last year we did it. And my friend, we do it every year. And my girlfriend, she told us that we're going to a cove with reception. So I was like, great. I didn't schedule my stuff out. And we get there, and she goes, oh, you have an iPhone? Because she has a different phone, and it's the only phone that gets reception. So it was a little nerve wracking, or else I would have scheduled my content. Yes, Donna, I've had a very good summer. It's been a great summer. Yes, Carla, we all need those vacations to recharge our batteries for sure. And yes, Lauren, it was so great to be disconnected. Like, it was amazing. It felt so good. So good. Just to take it all in, the phone aside, and I was loving life. So today I have something planned for you. I didn't have a lot of time to really figure out this live today. So I thought it would be fun. This was something in my mind that I wanted to do. I don't know if those of you follow my YouTube channel, but I did the Magnolia wreath a few tutorials ago. And in my head, I was like thinking this would be really, well, first of all, I love doing that wreath. It's really fun. And in my head, I was thinking it would be really fun to do it in a red points, make it more like a poinsettia. So I thought we would do that today. I had the mesh for it. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a magnolia wreath, but we're going to do a twist and turn it into a poinsettia. So I think that would be a lot of fun. So, I know. I'm the same way, Debbie. That's why I can't sleep, because that's all that goes through my head is wreaths, wreaths. What am I going to make next? So, okay, so we're going to get started. So I just wanted to show you, for this wreath, you can make it on any size frame, but I'm really loving using these Dollar Tree 8-inch wreath frames. They come in a 2-pack. You could do it on the 14-inch as well. It's just going to be bigger and you'll need more petals. And then I'm also using the little plastic mesh. It comes in an 8-pack at Hobby Lobby, and I have it zip tied in the frame. So if you ever see these frames, I think these are the ones that you still can find at the Dollar Tree. They're a great buy because you can do so much with them. Yes, Allie, aren't they great? I love these little gems. So I got that ready. And I have my wood burner still plugged in here because we're going to prep some petals together. So for this wreath, we're going to do 2 different styles of petals. And I don't really know the name of everything. I know this is a Dean Martin petal when it's flipped the other way. So, but I don't know all the names of everything. So what I like to do is keep my wood burner tool plugged in because I like to clean up my petals when I have little things that are coming off the ends here. So I went ahead and prepped a few. So we're doing this petal, but we're doing it into a scoop. So if you see it, it's scooped. And this one, I don't know what it's called, but it's really fun to make. So I saved some to make with you so you can see how they're done. And it just has a really fun shape. And the back looks like this. It kind of has a little thing on the back, but this little part on the back is great for this wreath because it helps it stand up for the magnolia style. So let's go ahead. Hi, Virginia. So let's go. Hi, Lady Rivers. Welcome. Welcome. Make sure I got everybody here. All right. Okay, so let me show you, first of all, how we're going to do this. These are cut into 10 inches, and I'm using my wood burner tool. Hi, Tracy. Welcome. Welcome. So I'm taking my 10-inch mesh. I have my finished edge on the left and right, and I'm just tilting it, and I'm bringing the bottom corner up to the top, forming a triangle. And then what I like to do is, if you saw my pumpkin tutorial live, I like to clean up these petals as I go along. And so I'm just going to clean up the excess that's hanging over this finished edge right here. And I'm not going to worry about the other side right now. And we'll clean that up when we fold it. So we have our triangle, and what I like to do is just tuck one corner under about an inch or so, and then we just pinch and grab along the folded bottom edge. We get to the other part when we're about another 1.5 inches or so, we just fold that end under as well. And then what we do is we form a scoop. All right, we just kind of scoop it, make a nice big scoop. Hi, Tracy. I get them in a pack from Hobby Lobby. It's an 8-pack. You'll find them in the sewing embroidery section. These are great for the 8-inch, and you can also buy the sheets. They come in a pack with some rectangle sheets if you want to cut them yourself for any kind of other wreaths that you might have that are bigger. So I form my scoop, and then what I like to do is clean up my petals. And this is what makes for a really pretty wreath. I like the petals nice and clean and tidy. I don't like stuff hanging off the edges, and that's why I like to keep my wood burner tool out and clean up my petals as I go along, because as you're going through that roll of mesh, sometimes it gets a little warped, and sometimes you'll have a bunch of the edge hanging over. So I like to clean that up. So let's do a few more together. You're welcome, Tracy. Betty, hi Betty. How you doing? How you feeling? Thank you so much. I was thinking about you last night. I was hoping you're doing good. And so we're going to do another triangle. And see how I have that hanging over the edge? We're just going to clean that up. And trying to pay attention so I don't burn myself. I honestly cannot believe I've never burned myself yet. Knock on wood. I need some wood. Okay, so, and the hot shot holder helps too. I always have this linked in the description section. It's made by Susie's Wreaths and Things, and it holds your wood burner really good, so you don't have to worry about it falling over on you. Betty, I'm making, okay, but you're home now? You're out of the hospital? Because I know it takes a while, and it seems like when you're in the hospital, it takes a while to recover from that, get your strength back up. So Betty, I'm making a, I'm doing my Magnolia wreath that I did, but we're doing it in red, and we're doing a poinsettia instead of the Magnolia. I just thought it would look pretty in the red, and I wanted to see. So I like to just form everything, making sure everything's looking good, and then trimming off any excess that is hanging over. I always like to make the tips looking nice. And just gonna trim some of this down. I mean, you don't have to do all this part. You can have it hanging over. I just think it looks nicer when everything's cleaned up. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do a few more. I almost have them all prepped, and then I'm gonna show you how we do that other petal too. And then we're gonna put it all together. Oh, good. I'm glad you're home, Betty. And I gotta have some more coffee. I gotta drink it while it's hot, because I'm the one that's heating my coffee up like 10 times. And I know you're not really supposed to heat your coffee up, but 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we got a couple more we'll do, and then I'm gonna show you how to do the other style of petal, and then we're gonna put it all together. Has everybody seen the Magnolia wreath that I did? If you haven't, I can show you it. I have it right here next to me. Hi, Lori, welcome. Welcome. I appreciate you all joining me. I was hoping that everyone was going to show back up, because I missed a couple lives. I would like to be consistent, but I just couldn't do it. And you know, you can schedule out lives, but it's just not the same. I like to be able to interact with everybody, and that's what makes doing the live so fun. Yes, Allie, I'll show it to you. Oh, you ordered one, Lori? Oh, they're great. I love that thing because that little wire thing that comes with those wood burners, I'd be a nervous wreck that that wood burner was going to fall on me. So yes, I ordered from Susie. She's in my biz group, and I love her products. She has all kinds of stuff. She has like mesh holders, and she has a lot of stuff. And it's all her and her husband make it themselves. And it has those little silicone feet on it so it doesn't slip and slide. And I feel so much safer with it. So you see what I mean? How the petals start looking? They just look a little cattywampus sometimes. That's why we're cleaning them up. And this one's bugging me, so I'm gonna keep doing it till I get it where it's not bothering me. Sometimes they like to shift up here. And that's just part of this kind of playing with the poly burlap mash. It does that kind of stuff. So I like to just kind of get everything nice and formed before I do the zip tie and then clean it up. You cut it with a cordless. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's neat to have a cordless one. Oh, yeah, because Henry, don't want Henry to get that. How's Henry doing, Debbie? Is he getting big? Okay, so we just got a couple more, and then we'll move on to the others, and then we're going to put it all together. So, hi Patricia, welcome. Let's see. Oh, okay, this is the one I was going to show you. This is the one I did for my tutorial. And this was the white one with the big ball in the middle. So I thought it would be so pretty to do a poinsettia version of this. And we're going to see how this looks right now. This is the first time I've done this in the red, and I just think it would be really pretty. So let me just finish up these last few petals, and then we're going to go to the other style, which is really fun to make. I really enjoyed that petal. I don't know the name of it, but it's really fun to make. It's very satisfying. And you could probably hear Mr. Turbo over there sleeping away. It's been so hot, and you know, we were gone, and in Oklahoma he was in the kennel and all that, and so we haven't been on his walking schedule. So I took him last night for his first walk, and he was wiped out. Like he didn't want to get up this morning. He didn't want to go outside. He was just wiped out. So he's over there sleeping. Oh, the large ball for that center I got from Hobby Lobby. It's in the Christmas floral picks. Super pretty. They have the big ones like that, and then they have the smaller ones. Okay, so we've got one more, and then we'll do the other petals. Hi, Rosie. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Okay, so this will be the last scoop petal. And you're doing it just like you would if you're doing a sunflower, the other petal, you're making the scoop go up instead of down. Okay. And as soon as we're done with this one, I'm going to put my wood burner tool away, and that'll be the end of that one for now. Oh, you're organizing. Oh my gosh. Oh yes, I did that last year. I went and got the Costco ribbon, and then I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I went back for more. Do they have it gets you. I know that ribbon gets me every time. But I'm trying not to go this year because I have a lot that I got from last year that I need to use. You need to get a picture of him popping up in the middle of your wreath. That would be really cute. When we had our cat, Mia, she used to lay on my wreaths when I had them out. Okay, so this is the last one, and let me just clean this one up. But you see what I mean? How it hangs, this little edge is hanging over that finished edge, and it doesn't look pretty, I don't think, when it's in the wreath. So these little extra details make a big difference. It doesn't take that long. Try not to breathe the fumes. I should have a mask on, but especially when you're selling or you're giving it as a gift or making it for yourself. I mean, you want those little finished details are important. Because what happens is if I don't do stuff like this, that when it's hanging there, I sit and look at it and think, I don't like that hanging off. I don't like that. That's what gets me every time. When I'm doing my tutorials and then I have to take the pictures and then I start looking at the pictures and like certain things start bothering me. And then I have to retake the picture. The struggle is real. We're our own worst critics, that's for sure. Okay. Okay, so we got our petals done here. And I'll cut all these off in a minute, all the zip ties. Okay, let me show you. So we have 4. Okay, so I'm gonna unplug this, get this out of my way. Take off my tempered glass. Okay, let me put this in a safe spot. Yeah, the pictures don't hide anything, right, Debbie? Okay. Sometimes I get mad at myself. I'm like, it's okay. Just leave it. And then I'm like, nope. And then I got to redo the tutorial, redo this. But that's how the crafting life goes. Okay, so now let me get another sip of coffee, and now we're going to make these cute little petals. They're so cute. I love this petal. I think it looks so neat. Okay, so so basically for this one you need 8 for the first part, and then you need 6 of those, and then you need 8 of these. So it was exactly 1 roll of mesh. So you could get by on the 8-inch frame with 1 roll. Oh, that's good. There's no fumes with the soldering iron. Huh. That's what you use for like stained glass and stuff, right? I might have to try one of those. Okay, so now we're going to do the other petal. And it's the same thing. We have a 10 by 10, and I have factory edge left and right. I'm just moving at an angle, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to form a triangle. And then we're going to flip it over and do another triangle. And be consistent. If you want the open edge on the left, or if you like it on the right, whichever side you like it on, just be consistent. So once you get it like this, now this is hard to explain. You just have to have it in your hands and do it. But what you do is you you fold it like that. So it goes in the center. And then you fold these little flaps down in half, if that makes any sense. It's really hard to explain. It's just one of those things that, like I said, you have to just have it in your hand and do it. So let's see if I can explain it. So kind of fold it like in half in the center there. And then these fold in half down the sides. And then you have this little lip right here, and your zip tie is going to go right below that lip. And these would be fun to use in any type of flower. See, looks like that. So we'll do a few more together. And I saved the last part of the roll that's more curly for these, because the first part's going to make better of the scoop petals than the last part. And I'm keeping my open end on the left. And I'm bending it in half, just like that. And then I'm bending the sides in half. Just like that. Really fun to do. And they look really pretty in the wreath. Because that little edge, this little edge in the back, it helps it stand up. So when you're surrounding your center, like your magnolia, or what we're going to do with the poinsettia, it's all going to kind of stand up and look really pretty. Yes, it's poly burlap. I don't know, Debbie, what it's called. I honestly don't know. I'm not good with all the names of stuff. I really should brush up on all the names of everything, because I don't know. I've heard of a Star Trek petal, but I'm not sure what exactly that is. I mean, this could be. If anybody knows for sure, let me know. Oh, thank you, Lori. Thank you for adding that in there. Or we're going to check it out. That's cool. And does it have the, it has 2 tips. Are they the chisel tips? Okay, we're going to do our last one of these. Because I don't use the tips. I just use the wood burner like it comes. I could never figure out all those tips. And I only use the chisel one that's on there. All right. Yes, I need to get organizing all of my holiday stuff, and I need to really start getting my plan for the holiday season, because I'm feeling a little behind, if that makes sense. It's been so hot, and it's just so, the heat just sucks everything out of you. You don't feel like doing that kind of stuff. At least I don't. Because where I have to do it, there's no air condition over there, and the thought of going over there and doing that, it just does not sound appealing to me. But I really need to get over there and go through all my stuff and start getting my plan down for the holidays. And I will be doing another collab with TMI, which I'm excited about. So tonight I'm going to be going through the website and coming up with another kit. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm just getting all of my zip ties cut off, and then we're going to also do a couple of the green petals. I already have them all done except for 2. I love this little gun, but it's a little messy because the ends just kind of fly all over the place. Oh, it's only $19. Okay. I like the idea that it doesn't let off a fume. Okay. So we have all of our red ones done, and let me grab the green ones. Now, I don't know what kind of mesh this is. I've had it in my stash. I honestly don't remember where I got it, because I have bought some things off people that were selling some crafting supplies. So I don't remember if this came in some that I bought, but it's really cool looking. It has this like plastic that goes, it's like plastic, and I've been sitting there because I never really knew what to do with it, and I've been using it lately for leaves, and I think it's really fun to work with. I'm sure you could find it at Craft Outlet, but I'm really been liking this stuff. And I want to get some more. So, okay, so we're doing regular leaves as well. So we're going to do that same petal. Oh, Henry! Hi, Henry! Turbo's going to get jealous. We're going to do 8 of these. And we're going to do them just like, let me get some of this out of the way over here. We're going to do them just like these petals, but we're going to scoop them the other way. Okay, so we've got our greens, and let's get these off to the side as well. But yeah, this has been really fun to work with this stuff. And you don't need it's a wide strip mesh. Is that what they call it, Carla? It just feels really fun to work with. Okay, so we'll do the last 2 here. Let's get these out of the way. And these we're doing the same way. And this, you just cut with your rotary cutter or scissors. So we're just doing the same thing, but we're going to scoop this one down. And then I like to shape it with my scissors. Okay, I don't like that. Bye, Lori. We'll see you later. Have a good night. Sometimes the mesh just likes to shift on you a little bit. And we got to get it back in place there. Okay. You know, it doesn't seem to fray. It'll kind of unravel a little bit, but I just cut it with scissors, and it seems to be just fine. I really like it. See, I'll just shape it with my scissors. You might get like little pieces like that, but no, it doesn't seem to fray like the poly burlap. But it's very stiff because it's like plastic. It comes in a thicker quality than poly mesh. Where do you get it at? Craft Outlet? Carla? Yeah, it's very stiff. So that's why I had it in my stash and I'm like, I just didn't know what I wanted to do with it, but it's working out. I've used it for a lot of my petals lately because I got to place that order at Craft Outlet. I know I keep saying it the last 3 tutorials, and I need to really sit down and place my order and figure out what I'm going to be doing for my holiday crafts. Yeah, it's like a made with plastic. All right, so that's that. So now we have all of the prep work done, which is what I like to do in the beginning, and that just makes everything go super fast. All right, so we'll put those over here. And now we're going to start. You're at 1%. Get your charger, Hollie. Okay. All right. Yeah, it does sound crunchy because it is crunchy. It's like plastic. It's kind of, I don't know, it's just really different to work with. Does anybody love coffee as much as I do? Because I can drink coffee all day long. Hi, Mary. Welcome. Welcome. You know, we were just, I was asking that if anybody's used that mesh. Well, I'm using poly burlap for the red, and the green I've had in my stash. I don't know what it's called. Carla, what did you say it was called? She thinks it's a wide strip mesh, but it's made with like plastic or something. And it's crunchy, and it's I've been using it for my leaves, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. I really like it. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Welcome. I watch. Hey, you know what? It takes me a long time too, hun. Sometimes I'm like, whoa, I didn't realize some of these lives went on as long as they did. But yeah, I'll do the same thing. I'll start it, kind of walk away. Sometimes it'll take me a couple days, or sometimes if I'm in the zone. But usually it takes me all day to figure out some of these designs and get them the way that I want them. Okay, so we're going to start out putting everything together now. This is the fun part, and this part goes really fast. Oh, yes, Allie, we are coffee girls. Yeah. I used the wide strip mesh for your turkey. Oh, you used this plastic, this stuff for the turkey? Fun. I'm actually on the hunt for a turkey face. And if I can't find it, I'm going to make it myself, because I'm thinking my next live, I want to do a turkey wreath, but it's going to be different than the one that I've done on my tutorial. So, because I have all the stuff, well, I just used the red. I'll have to get more red, but I need that turkey face, and I don't want to wait and order one on Etsy. I remember last year I searched everywhere for a turkey face, and that's when I finally found that one at Hobby Lobby. It's like a turkey decoration in the home decor, and then I took off the metal part and I used the little wood part of the turkey. But I looked everywhere for a turkey and I could not find it. That was the only one I could find, and I think people are having a hard time finding that one this year, so I don't know if they're gonna come back. But I'm thinking that I need to make my own turkey out of felt or something. That's when I'll put my husband to work. He's really artsy like that. Oh, you do, Betty? Thank you. I love gingerbread. I want to make some fun gingerbread stuff this year. Okay, here we go. And we're gonna start putting this together now. So we have everything prepped and ready to go. So we have our 8-inch frame, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to do anything we do, we're going to do it on the opposite side. I just want to make sure that I do it where I'm not quite by that crossbar. Let me see, right there, maybe. Can you hear Turbo? He is snoring. Okay, so we're going to place these on the crossbar, the second crossbar, which is the middle one. And on the outside of this one, we're going to add the two zip ties like we did on the last tutorial that we did to make it nice and straight. Because see, when we put it on, see how it angles off to the side, and we want it nice and straight. So we're going to add the other zip tie the other way. And we'll only have to do it on these 8, and then we don't have to do the 2 anymore. And this just helps straighten it up. I don't know why I'm using the smallest zip ties ever. Okay, that did not work out. Hold on. I guess I can get my bigger zip ties. Okay, so we did that way. We want to go the other way, which is this way, not the same way. And that just helps straighten it up. And you'll see like a little crisscross in the back with the zip ties. With the tongue hanging out, that would be cute. Yeah, I love that little Hobby Lobby turkey, where he's holding the little sign that says, "I love ham." But they're hard to find. You can't find those turkey faces anywhere. If anybody knows or seen any that's easy to get without having to wait for Etsy, let me know, because I need a turkey. Okay, I just want to move this so I'm not right on this crossbar right here. Okay, so whatever we're doing, we're just going to mirror it on the other side, okay? So we're going to add our first 4 on here. I'm going to add, you know what, I'm going to get bigger zip ties because this is just getting too hard using these little things. And I'm going around that middle bar. See what I mean? How it kind of hangs off to the side without the 2. And this just helps straighten it up. And we go the opposite side. Might seem like a waste of zip ties, but it's really helping keep those petals nice and straight so you have a good foundation for your wreath. The round mesh, Tracy, is, I believe it's 8 inches. Well, let me see. I have it right here. They come in a pack from Hobby Lobby. It's a 8-piece. It says 5.75 inches. And it's a size 7 mesh. And these come in a little pack. And they're great because they fit right in the center of the little 8-inch wreath frames, which is perfect. Okay. So, and you can always move them around if they're not straight. So we're just placing our first two right across from each other. Got to get that. Come on, Holly. There it goes. Okay, so now we're going to do the other two this way. And if they're not exactly straight across, you can move them on that bar. But you see what I mean? If you just did one, see how it hangs? And we're going the opposite way. And I have a fun tutorial scheduled for Sunday. It's a Halloween centerpiece, which I think turned out really cute. Just trying to get pictures of it. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to put that down because it's hard to get in here right now. I'll just do that. I didn't think I was going to be able to get to any Halloween, so I'm excited that I've gotten to a couple so far. And then I might do maybe one more, and then that's going to be pretty much all my Halloween. Because I have to be moving on to Christmas and some more Thanksgiving or more fall. And coming this way. Does anybody have any plans for Labor Day weekend? All right, so I'm just going to straighten these up, making sure everything's right across from each other. So we have our first four, and now we're going to add the next four right in the center of all of these. Barbecue and swimming, yay, that's my kind of day right there. And camping, oh, I love camping, so fun. It was so beautiful on the house, my friend's houseboat. Me and her slept on the top part outside, and the stars were just absolutely breathtaking. Camper, going up to the camper, all right. Yo, you have to work, Tracy. Doubles, what do you do? Those doubles are good on the holiday weekend. Then you get that nice overtime. All right, so now we're going right in the center of these other ones. I love camping. We've only been once so far this year. Oh, fun, Betty. Oh, that's so sweet. Does she have any idea, or is it going to be a complete surprise? Because that is fun when you can pull off a surprise like that. And once we get through with these outside, we won't be doing the doubles, so it'll go by a lot faster. Oh, that's so sweet. Surprise parties are the best. And that's a special milestone for sure. So whatever we do on one side, just mirror it on the other side. Oh, nice, Tracy. Nice. So you'll be getting some good overtime. That always makes it worth it when you're working the holiday weekends. I think we're going to go to the coast because I have to. I've been taking care of my brother's place while he's gone, and I need to go and pay his rent and all that kind of stuff. Take care of his bills. We do it at the first of the month, and I didn't realize it was already here. So yeah, and it's going to be beautiful on the coast this weekend. I think it said like 75 or something, just really hot for the coast. So I'll probably just relax and do some beach time with Turbo. Loves the beach. He doesn't like the water, but he loves the sand and being at the beach. He's not a water dog. And then after this weekend, this will be my last hurrah, and then it's time to really get busy here. I am a summer girl. I love summer so much. So I know people are just dying for fall, but I like to hang on to my summer as long as I can. Summer is my favorite. Okay, so we're adding the next two in between, or the next ones are all in between. This will give us a total of 8 for our base here. And let's go this way. Okay, we have one left for our base, and they're all nice and straight from using those 2 zip ties. Trying to find the longer ones. Bye, Tracy. See you next time. So once you get all your prep done, this wreath can go pretty fast. Let's see. I think I go this way. And this one gives you a decent sized flower, even though it's on the 8-inch. It's still pretty big. It gives you, let's see, we're about a 21-inch flower, so that's a nice size. And of course, you can always do them bigger. Okay, so we have our first 8 petals on our 8-inch wreath frame. And let me just cut that off. Carla, are you still there? I was going to ask you what you've been working on, or what are you working on Christmas now or fall? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do our next 6 petals here, and we're going to go in the mesh, okay? So we're going to go in between some petals, and we're going to do something like this. Something like that, okay? And they're going to overlap just slightly. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think we do 8. That's going to be too much. Okay, so let's just start. This isn't an exact science. It's not like 1, 2, 3. I thought it was at first, but we're just placing them in here where we think they look good, okay? And we're going to come onto the mesh. So what I like to do is, like, I'm placing this where I think it looks good, and then I see it on the mesh right there. And then what I like to do is just take my zip tie. I'm just eyeballing right here, and I can always remove that and come over a few squares. And then I'm going to put that back, and we're going to secure this right onto that plastic mesh. Oh, hi, Carla. What are you working on right now? Oh, you started Halloween? You'll do about 5. Oh, you had your first Christmas sale? Like, you mean you sold Christmas wreaths? You sell on your Etsy store, right? That's exciting. Are you making more kits? I know Carla has a lot of kits in her Etsy store, which are really fun. Oh, Allie. How many little ones do you have? Oh, I miss that age, when my kids were little. Now they're all adult children. Okay, so I'm just kind of seeing where I want these to go. Just making sure that I'm putting them where I want. Okay, so we want to overlap a little bit. So I'm going to have to overlap this here to get all of these in there. Okay, so I'm just looking at where that's at. You have 4 girls. Oh my goodness. Bless your heart. Wow. How fun is that? Oh, did they just start school recently? That's so hard to get back into the groove after a long summer. I've been really enjoying seeing all the back to school pictures of everyone. It just takes me back to when my boys were little. Actually, I do have a back to school. My youngest son went back to his junior college. He started his EMT class. So I'm trying to keep him motivated and encouraged and all that kind of stuff. He did his EMR last year, which is like a pre-EMT, but this one is a lot more intense. So all right, Carla, so you're busy. Nice. Do you sell your wreaths too, or do you just sell kits in your Etsy store? Because that's when everyone's shopping right now for all those fun kits. I think kits are so fun and they make such great gifts. Because I think everyone should feel that joy of crafting. Yeah, kits are a great thing to do, Betty. There was one time when I converted my store to just kits, but I took all my kits out because some of them were just a little too involved, and it was just too much. The pumpkin kits and all that. So I need to find a simpler kit where it's not so involved, and then I probably start listing some more kits. Oh, Allie, you will get there. Practice makes perfect. If you've seen some of my earlier kits on my Etsy store, whoo, or not my wreaths, I'm like, whoa. So it does. I'm going to share those one time on my Facebook post just so people can see that, you don't always start out. It takes time to grow and learn and get better, and just stay with it. Don't give up, because you'll keep growing and learning, and then you're going to amaze yourself at the stuff that you can make. Oh, hi Sunset. Thank you. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. If you haven't liked this live, if you could please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me and my channel. YouTube is just like any platform. There's an algorithm, and it will help push me out into the algorithm a little bit more so I can continue doing lives and tutorials for you all. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I know there's a lot of familiar faces that I know are subscribed, but if you haven't subscribed, there is a subscribe button down below that makes it really easy to subscribe. And all my tutorials are under the video tab. You can scroll down, and I have tutorials for every season. I like to do a lot of different some just regular wreaths, some are out of the box. I like to do a little bit of everything. So if you don't see something right there, just keep scrolling, because I've been doing this for a few years now, and there's a lot of tutorials on there. I think I'm on I'm going on my 3rd year of YouTube now. I know, Carla. I was looking at on my Etsy, because you know how you could go to your like inactive ones, and I thought, wow, what was I thinking? But you know what? I had a dream, and I was determined to do it, and little did I know that my Etsy store would lead me to being a YouTuber. Never in my wildest dreams did I think it was going to turn in that direction, but you never know where you're going to end up in the wreath and crafting world, because there's so much opportunity out there. And that's what I love, is like we all are in this space, but everybody's doing something different. People are in groups, and people are like Carla are doing their lives, and they're selling their kits in their Etsy store, and You know, I mean, there's just so much opportunity in this wreath world, and everybody is so supportive and so nice. And it's a great community to be a part of, and you just never know what direction it's going to take you. Now, this might not look like a poinsettia, but I'm hoping that it will still have that poinsettia feel. Okay, so we're coming onto that mesh with these 6. Yeah, my first ones I was doing, I thought, this is it. This is what I'm doing. I was doing ribbon wreaths, but I was doing them like, oh, I'll have to post something so you could see. I was pulling up like 3 loops up through the wreath form, and then pushing them, and 3 more, pushing them, and that was my everything was these ribbon wreaths that I was doing. And then, yeah, when I look at them now, I thought, wow. But, you know, I have grown a lot. I've almost given up a few times, and there's been a couple times I've had signs, which I knew were from up above. There was one time I'll never forget. I was making, this was after the ribbon part. I was making all these designs for my Etsy store. I was just shopping for supplies, spending way too much money that I didn't have on supplies, trying to get all my listings on my Etsy store, trying to come up with all these different designs, like really getting into it, but really discouraged because nothing was selling, and I was spending way too much money, and I was getting really down because I couldn't keep spending this money and not bringing any money in. And I remember I said a prayer to God, and that night I just asked him, to show me the path, show me the way. And I was going to, the next day I was going to like close my Etsy store, and that was it. And I'll never forget this ever, is I woke up that next, it almost makes me cry. It gets me like super emotional. I woke up that next morning, and it was a chi-ching. I heard that Etsy thing, and I thought, no. And I looked, and it was my highest wreath that I had on there. It was like $175 wreath. Everybody was like, oh, your prices are too much, or this or that. And it was that Etsy sale. And I knew that that was a sign from God to not give up and to keep going. And little did I know, like I said, I had to go through all of that process to get to the point to find my joy, which is my YouTube channel. But it's just, don't give up, because I know that was him telling me not to give up. And that was like, I could not believe it. I remember just getting on my hands and knees and just bawling. It was much more than a sale to me, for sure. So don't give up is the moral of the story. And you never know what God has planned for you in this creative space, because there's just so much opportunity out there. Let me see if I could get caught up here. Sorry, let's see. That's okay, Allie, with the Dollar Tree mesh. I know a lot of people like to talk bad about that Dollar Tree mesh, and I absolutely love working with the Dollar Tree mesh. I have a lot of tutorials where I use that Dollar Tree mesh, and the frame, it's all kind of incorporated into the design. So there's a lot of things that you can do, and there's no fray techniques that you can use with that. So I like to prove people wrong with the Dollar Tree mesh, that people like to talk bad about it, but I love it. I love it because there is a lot that you can do with it. Yes, you're right, Carla. There is a buyer for every wreath. And don't ever think that if you're selling wreaths that it's oversaturated, because it just means that you haven't found your person yet. You just got to keep going. Yes, Denise. I have my iPad. I don't know if you could see it. It's right next to me. And that's where I can see the messages. So if you see me looking off to the side, I'm trying to get caught up on the messages. Oh, Diana, I've been wanting to, I've been wanting to try one of those tomato cage things. I follow the tomato cage lady. I forget her channel, but I think she calls it what? The tomato cage lady. Um, and those are so fun. I love the snowman ones. Yeah. I've been wanting to try one. I don't know if I'll be able to get to it this year, but I bet they take a lot of mesh. Those are so cute. Oh, you're welcome, Allie. Betty, I was not tech savvy at all before I started. And that's my biggest challenge is it took me 2 years to do this, to go live, because I felt like I couldn't figure it out, and the lighting and this and that. But don't give up, because like it all just takes practice. You just have to focus on something that you want to learn and do it, and then move on to the next thing, because that has been my biggest struggle. And I cannot believe how far that I have come on the tech side of it. Then, I mean, it's crazy what I've learned and what I can do. Like, I didn't even know how to like copy and paste. I was so bad on the tech part of it, and I have really come a long way on that. So don't give up. Just learn something new, move on to the next thing, learn that, and you'll get there. You'll get there. I still have a lot to learn. I still don't even have an email list. That's one of the things my business coach is, she tells us all the time that she wished she would have done in the beginning of her career, and she encouraged, get that email list. And every time I try to figure it out, I can't figure it out because I'm just not tech savvy. But I'm going to, one day I will have that email list, and I'm going to have to figure that out. I have a lot of Facebook stuff I have to figure out. I'm having some things that I have to get support with, and so I'm just going to start taking it one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Oh, yes. Thank you, Betty, for helping out there. I know sometimes I guess it's hard to see when you have the chat up. You can just exit out of that chat. Let me know how those tomato cage trees are, Diana. What are you doing? Are you doing a snowman, or what kind of tomato cage trees are you doing? Or like a Christmas tree? Debbie. Ha ha ha. You crack me up. You're so funny. That's my online buddy, Debbie. We message each other. We're both in the same biz group, and we try to keep each other on our toes. Okay, so now, so here we have, and if it's too scoopy for you, you can always like, like scoop them down if you want. You could just like do the other kind of scoop like that. But I like the scoops. I think that looks pretty. Okay. Yeah, that tech part is not easy, especially when there's an issue or a problem. That's when I immediately start freaking out. And my one son, who's my tech son, he's like, why do you do that every time something goes wrong? I just think it's like the end of the world and I'm going to lose everything. But I've learned to just take a deep breath, contact support, and we'll figure it out. Oh, those stackables are so cute. I have not been into, I haven't been into Dollar Tree all year yet, so I don't really know. I haven't looked at all that stuff yet. I'm trying to use what I have because I have so much inventory that I really need to start using a lot of the decorations that I have. So, but I love those little stackable things. I love seeing what people are doing with them. Okay, So now we're down to our last 8 of these little guys here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is these are going to go in this middle here. And we're going to squeeze them. See how we have a little bit of mesh left in the middle there? We're going to squeeze these little guys in. And we're just going to make it work. And it's going to be pretty tight, but we're going to get them in there. So I'm just going to start doing one at a time and trying to squeeze them in there. And that little ledge on the back is going to help hold it up. So this is when it gets a little tight quarters, but you just do the best that you can and get them in there. And this should cover all this middle part of the mesh with all 8 of these. I think it's looking really pretty in the red. I know, isn't it, Carla? We always say that until we end up in Hobby Lobby, and I'm like, what am I doing? Buying more stuff. But I do need to order. I am lacking some. I need to get more mesh. I mean, as I have all these bins over here filled with mesh, but I do need more mesh. You can never have enough mesh and ribbon, right? But I am determined to use up my Costco ribbon that I didn't get to last year and not buy any more. I need to stay away from that. I bought so many. I did like Debbie. I went home, went back again, and then I don't think I ever ended up hardly using it last year. So I have a lot of beautiful ribbon for Christmas that I'll be able to use this year, which I'm excited about. Has anybody been to Dollar Tree, and do they, because like I said, I haven't been to Dollar Tree in a while. Have you seen the little wreath kits that I've been making with my last tutorial? Because I got those last year. I was just curious if they had them this year again. They had the witch. I've done the Frankenstein, and I'm going to be doing the ghost as well. But I was hoping that they still carried them this year, so people could do the tutorial with them, because they're so cute. So these, we're just getting them in there. There's 8 of them, so there's a lot to get in here, but we're squeezing them in, and if we have to overlap a little bit, we'll do that. Oh, somebody's up from their nap. Hopefully I could get done before he's... What are you doing, Turbo? What are you doing? Huh? You want to say hi? He wants to say hi really quick. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's so big. Can you say hi? This is Turbo. That's the snores. The face behind the snores. Huh? Oh. Okay. Usually when he gets up like that, it means that I don't have that much longer before he's going to start demanding my attention. And it works out really good with the 4 o'clock, because afterwards it's a perfect time for his walk. Henry. Oh, Allie. You have a brindle pepper. Oh, they're so fun. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Allie. Oh, Teresa, yes, I'm glad they're selling them this year. Oh, good. That's good to know. Oh, I'm sorry. That is the hardest thing ever. It's like the worst part about having the animals is that part of it. It's just heartbreaking. But they are just, oh, they're such characters. And we're obsessed now. Like this is our first pug, and I've got my husband, the pug dad shirt and the dish towel. And we're all about the pug life right now. All right, Carla, thank you. Thank you for popping in and supporting. I really appreciate you. We'll see you around. That's one thing I wish I could do, is I don't have that talent. My great aunt used to can stuff when I'd stay with her when I was little in the summer. And I don't know what she was cooking, but that smell was like, I think it was the buttered pickles or something. Oh, I could smell that smell. That's one that I just wasn't very fond of. But it's definitely a talent. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. Look how pretty that's starting to look. So we have 4 left. We're going to squeeze them in. And then my great aunt would cook the liver for her cats, and oh God, the smell of that liver cooking. Everybody said hi, Turbo. This is where he's going to go, right next to my feet. And then pretty soon he's going to start pawing at me, and he's going to be telling me it's time. You need to stop crafting. Okay, but this one, hopefully this live is not as long as some of the ones that turn out. That last one that I did, I didn't realize until it was over. It was like 2.5 hours. But that's what crafting live is all about, is crafting takes time. There's no pausing and editing and all that stuff like I do in my tutorials. This is real time here. Okay, I'm just trying to get this up. Turbo, what are you doing? He likes to get into my ribbon. He found my little gnomes that I did. I do these little macrame kind of gnomes. It was my first tutorials that I ever did. And I had some, and he managed to get to them and chewed them all up the other day. Turbo, come on. Okay, we have 3 more to squeeze on in here. And I think these 3 are going to work out just perfect. Oh, homemade tomato sauce, yummy. Oh my gosh, that is great, Debbie. That must be really fun to do. That's a time saver. Okay, we got 3 left here. And then we're going to figure out our center and add some leaves, and we are going to have ourselves a beautiful flower. I think these would make a great gift around the holidays. A nice hostess gift or a housewarming gift. And it's nice because you can do it with only 1 roll of mesh. Turbo, what are you getting into, huh? Okay, the last 2. But see how pretty those are? How they stand up? I don't know if you could quite see it, but Hi, Vielius. That's pretty, Vielius. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Thank you, Betty, for keeping me everyone updated. Sometimes I can't really see all the messages that are coming through. Yes, I try to stay on the every Thursday schedule. I did have a couple Thursdays off. I had some things that I was doing, but from here on out, I should be every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Seems to be working out really good for me. And we're going to do a lot of fun stuff. And if there's anything that you want to see done live, you can always leave it in the comments, and I can always see these comments later. Oh, for a shamrock, you're around. That's nice. I really want to do the this year. For those of you that follow me, I'm sure you've probably seen the Witch's Cauldron wreath that I've done, and I really want to do the for St. Patrick's Day with the legs hanging out with like a St. Patrick's version of that with some coins and some fun stuff. Oh, thank you, Betty. I'm just happy that you're home and you're recovering. And I'm happy to have all of you here. Debbie, the one you're talking about with the tinsel witch hat, are you talking about the fall scarecrow hat that I made on the tinsel, the wreath tinsel hat, or the Dollar Tree plastic form? Because I believe I sent that to you in your messages. That's the one that I did on that one. It was a scarecrow. It was like a fall scarecrow hat, and then I used that hat and put it on my scarecrow wreath, which I thought looked super cute for the hat, because I was trying to figure out what hat to do, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to use this as the hat. And it was really fun. That tutorial was like a 3-for-1, because you had the hat tutorial, the scarecrow, and the Cruffle wreath base all in one tutorial. Okay, so I'm just getting this last one squeezed in here. It's getting very tight, so I'm just trying to find my plastic mesh. It's hard to see now, but we'll get there. No, I didn't. Not for that one. I didn't use the witch's hat. It was that plastic one that you're talking about. It's that plastic tinsel Dollar Tree witch's hat decoration, and I took the tinsel off of it and used that wreath form. So if they have those this year at Dollar Tree, I recommend stocking up on those, because there is a lot you can do with those, and I think I have 1 or 2 more that I'm going to do a couple different things with. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to get this last. It's hard to see the mesh. Okay, here it is. Yeah, no, the witch's hat, the only ones I've done with the witch's hat are the witch's hat. And I'm actually might do another witch's hat live, because there's another style that I want to do that I thought was really cute that I saw. The way that they put the legs were super cute. So I thought that would be fun to do a witch's hat for Halloween live, because they're really fun. And I think somebody said that they did see they were selling them at the Dollar Tree, or they saw them at their Dollar Tree, which is good, because we weren't sure if they were going to sell them this year or not. Okay, so we have our beautiful base made here, and the only thing we have to do now is add our leaves. And then we're going to do a center. And I think I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to do it a little bit different than the, sorry, I'm just trying to read the messages here. Yeah, no, that wasn't the witch's hat, but it looks like a tinsel witch hat. So no, I used that was the fall hat I did. So I'm hoping that we could just use 3 of these, like more of a traditional. I think that's going to look pretty in the center, something like that. And that should cover up the zip ties. So let's, yeah, I covered, are you talking about the witch's hat, Debbie, or the fall hat? Because the witch's hat I covered with well, I did a base layer of felt, heavy duty felt, and then I had a, it was like a lace Halloween. It was at the 99-cent store, but they have them at the Dollar Tree too, like a tablecloth. And then I used the tablecloth so it had some like fun texture on it. That's what I covered that base with. And then the other one that I did with my fall hat, I cut up used an old pair of jeans and used that for the base. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we have 8 petals, and we're going to add these onto that first wreath bar, and we're going to come in the middle of all of these. And we're going to do something so it kind of comes out like that. So what we're going to do is we're making sure we're just coming in the between those petals, and we're just going to zip tie it right to this number 1 bar. We might have to do the 2 to straighten it out. Yeah, it's going to curve too much. So let's do the 2 zip ties. And then we're going to get ready to add the fun center. I think we did we do silver last time? For the poinsettia that I did the last tutorial. So I think it'll be pretty to do the gold this time, to do something different. This one, there we go. Just kind of shove the end under that wreath bar to make it a little bit easier. Just trying to make sure I get around this top part. Okay, there we go. All right, so see how it just comes right out the top there, in between those petals. So we're going to do the same thing with all of these, coming out the middle here. Yep, so we have exactly 8. Oh, you found it? All right. Because I knew I sent it, but sometimes, you know, it gets lost when you say that certain word, and then the tutorial gets sent. You might be buried under some other ones like that. But yeah, that's a really fun and quick, really easy one to do. And it's super cute for the fall. People really love that one. I'm trying to hurry because I know my time is limited with Turbo right now. I'm surprised that I've been able to craft as long as I have been with these last few lives that I've done without him demanding my attention. Oh, we're getting close. That might be my husband, so I might be saved. And I don't dare say the W word because he'll start going crazy. Okay, trying to hurry here so we can get these leaves on and get that last finishing touch here. Allie, I used 15 of the red. Well, I used 15 of the scoop ones. So we did 8 and then 6. And then I have 8 on the 8 of those different ones on the center. So 8, 6, and 8 of the red, and then 8 of the green. So it was exactly 1 roll of mesh. I mean, right down to the tube. There was no room for error if you wanted to get by with 1 roll. And the flowers are always really fun to make. I think they're a great one to, because they're easy and they're really, I mean, they're different and people love the flowers. So if you're trying to like sell wreaths, I would definitely suggest doing flowers because people love like that kind of stuff. The pumpkin, the flowers, like something a little bit different than, I mean, people like all kinds of wreaths, but I'm just saying like craft shows and things like that. I think those really catch people's eyes because they're different. You're welcome, Ellie. Okay, we're getting there. Just got to make sure I'm just putting the stem underneath this first bar to make it a little easier. And we're working our way around. Debbie, did you get around to doing your pumpkin wreath yet? I know you said you were going to be working on that pretty soon. Did you finish up your ladybug on the wreath board? Yes, yeah, I haven't seen your ladybug, but I know which one you're talking about, and that one was on my list. It's been on my list, and I never seem to be able to get to it. But I am going to do another like a flower that has those same kind of petals, which I think is really pretty. And yes, that one was one of my favorite too, was the Spiral Patriotic. I love that one. I have had a challenge. A family member sent me a picture and asked if I've ever made, it was a patriotic. It's the spiral flowers. I'm sure you guys have all probably seen those. But I've made the rose, but not the spiral flower one. And so I said, well, it has been on my list to learn how to do, so I might just have to do another patriotic because, you know, that never goes out of style because she wants a tutorial on it. And those are really pretty, those spiral flowers. Okay, we're getting there. Oh yeah, I like the ombre flowers. Those are very pretty. I'd like to start getting into more of that kind of stuff. Where you blend the different meshes together or fuse them together with your wood burner tool and create that fun effect. So I really need to get an order placed at Craft Outlet and start having some fun with some different, blending some different meshes. All right, we're getting there. I'm making sure these are coming in between the two petals, so it just gives a little pop of color. Turbo, what are you eating? Are you eating zip ties? That's not going to be good for you. I did find out that Turbo likes watermelon yesterday. He loved watermelon. So that was fun. I got another food to add to his list. And he loves broccoli and carrots. I know these two zip ties take a little bit longer, but I think that it just makes it stay nice and straight and gives it extra security. The ones that are right here on the end, like this. All right, here's the last one. And I don't finish my backs on the live, but I just tell you how I do them. I don't want to take up enough more of your time doing all that, but you would just use a felt scrap. You can use a piece of foam core, trace it, and zip tie it to the frame. And if you're selling it, that will give a nice finished back, or giving it away as a gift. A nice finishing touch to your wreath. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, he fetches. How cute. See, aren't you glad you got Henry, Debbie? Okay, so there we have. It just has that. I love doing the petals like that. And I think it just gives it a nice pop, and you can really see it coming out each side of the flower. Ooh, I'm really loving this in red. I think this is so pretty. Okay, so I got my holiday pick here from Hobby Lobby. It's one of those staples that they have there. And I would suggest getting all your holiday picks as early as you can, because come December, they're all gone. At least at my store they are. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take these off of here because this is too thick to go through that mesh. And we want these, and I love these because they're already on the wires, and it just makes it so easy when you're adding these in through the mesh. Aw, she probably sent you, Henry, Debbie. That's what happened to my friend. Her grandma passed, who was her world, and she's convinced that they sent her Tucker, her corgi, her other corgi, her third corgi, that gives her a run for her money. Okay, so I think what we're going to do with these is we're just going to do like that classic traditional look like that. Yeah, that's why I'm staying away from Hobby Lobby, because I just can't get in trouble this year. I need to use what I have. Okay, so let's see. So now what we're going to do with these is we're going to stick them through the mesh, and we're just going to bend the mesh, or bend the wire on these through the mesh, so it's going to hold it. So sometimes you have to play around a little bit to get it the way you want, But these are so much easier to use these than trying to use the Christmas ornaments, because you have to glue your floral stick in it, and it's a lot more involved. And these make it really easy. And I think those 3 are going to be perfect. Okay, so once you get it the way you like, and it's covering up all the zip ties, we have that traditional look. You can add as many as you want. You could do the, like I did with the last one, do the circle of them around, but I like this look too. I think this will be fun. Do something different. So now I have these coming out the back, and I'm literally just going to take those and bend those. Super, super simple. I mean, if we wanted to, we could bend it in half, and those aren't coming out. Those aren't going anywhere. And it just makes it really easy to add these. That first poinsettia tutorial I did on my YouTube channel, oh, it took me so long to get those balls figured out, and I wrestled with those forever. I had to put them on hot glue floral wire in the hole, and it was really hard to get them the way I wanted, and this makes it super easy. Oh yeah, I like that. See, a magnolia transformed into a poinsettia. What do you think? I think that looks so pretty. So you could see the difference if you just joined. This was my magnolia one that I did, and I was thinking it would be so pretty in the red as a poinsettia. And look at just changing those colors, and that center gives the flower a whole different look. And let me see if you could see the side. See how it just stands up? Look at that, how pretty. Love it. The vision came to life. That's fun. All right, that was fun. It's always fun. Oh yeah, the disco balls are so fun. It's always fun when you have something go through your head and it turns out like you're thinking, and that is, oh, I love it. So pretty. Oh my goodness. Loving that. So what a great gift. Imagine coming to a party and you're bringing a hostess gift. I mean, that is just gorgeous. And it doesn't take that long to make. I don't know how long our live's been right now. What time is it? So an hour and 45 minutes, and probably an hour and a half if I wasn't talking so much. So if you haven't liked this live, if you could please give me a thumbs up. It really helps push me out into the algorithm. And if you're new here, if you please subscribe to my channel, that one helps me as well. And I can continue making more tutorials and lives for you all. If you have any suggestions of wreaths that you'd like to see made, maybe you see something on Pinterest, or you know, you're curious how this one is made, just leave me a comment and let me know. Thank you. I'll see you all next week. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining me. We'll come up with something fun for next Thursday. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Bye.